video capturing the spectacle from the cockpit of a plane. Elon Musk's Starship rocket exploded minutes into his 7th test flight in a dramatic mid-air failure, resulting in glowing debris to fly through the sky above confused citizens. The rocket reached a speed of over 13,000 miles an hour before contact was lost, with the team left with no other choice but to watch debris from the rocket fall back to Earth.
Well, that's a little disturbing. Where's the debris headed? If you love videos like these, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button because we do these every single day, and I'd love to see you tomorrow.
You like puzzles, right? Well, I have one here for you. Take a look at this column here, and if you'll notice, you have really nice, deep incised hieroglyphs here in this section, but when we come over here, they're not as nice. See, look at the difference. Deep, incise, really sharp, polished reliefs. You come just around the corner, and it's like this scribe, this craftsman wasn't as good. What's going on here? Well, when we step back and look at the bigger picture, you can see there's actually a rectangle here. Really nice, well-defined rectangle when we pay attention to the detail. And just this panel of 3 would have been one rectangle. Everything else would have been bare originally, with just the best hieroglyphs. And we can tell that this is Neb Ma'at Ra. So this is Amenhotep. This is Amenhotep III. So Amenhotep III makes just this part, and then later, all this other stuff here, we have Usamat Ra. This is Ramses beneath him. So Ramses comes along. So if you imagine, all of this was bare with just this panel right here for Amenhotep III, and then Ramses comes and adds his inferior, if you will, hieroglyphs to the pre-existing higher expression of art with Amenhotep III's hieroglyphs. Absolutely amazing. Mystery solved. You like puzzles?
I would be interested in seeing the exact dimensions on each of those hieroglyphs to see if they're machine-like.
Vamos a preparar unos rollitos de berenjena rellenos de ricota sobre una base de quinoa y lo prepararemos con la receta que nos ha venido de HelloFresh, que como veis viene con todos los ingredientes y la receta completa. Para empezar, cortaremos la berenjena y la pondremos con agua y sal para quitarle el amargo. Y ahora cocinaremos la quinoa con un poco de agua y sal. Lo añadimos todo al cazo y cuando empiece a hervir, cocinaremos con tapa. Removemos para que no se pegue y reservamos. Ahora deshojaremos la albahaca, la picamos bien fina, la pasamos a un bol y haremos lo mismo con el tomate seco y luego con los espinacas. Los picamos todos bien, los pasamos todos al bol y ahora añadiremos sal, pimienta y la ricota. Mezclamos todo bien hasta que quede lo más uniforme posible y reservamos. Ahora secaremos bien la berenjena y cocinaremos unos minutos a la plancha hasta que quede blandita. Para la quinoa sofreímos un ajo, añadimos.
Ask me why their grandparents or great-grandparents never talked about the reset. Why don't they remember anything about it? Well, let me try to explain it. First, there were the Cabbage Patch Babies. Now, these weren't just toys, you see. They became a symbol of something much bigger, a massive repopulation effort after the reset. These babies, they weren't born the usual way. They were produced almost mechanically in large numbers and distributed through a cold, efficient system. Strange, isn't it? Brings to mind ideas like cloning, doesn't it? And maybe that's why today you see so many folks who just seem to go with the flow. No questions, no thinking. Did you know they say nearly half the population doesn't even have an internal monologue? Imagine that, living life with a quiet mind, just following along. Those babies, those orphan trains, they were shipped off along with abandoned children who had survived the reset, taken from their families, sent to faraway lands. Many ended up in America. And when they got there, they were given a new story, the official version of history. No elders left to tell them the truth. Nobody to remember how things used to be. It made them easier to control, you see, easier to accept the new narrative. People ask me why their grandparents or great-grandparents never talked.
It kind of does make sense why a lot of people just go with the flow. Are they a cabbage patcher?
The history you know is a lie. They told us ancient civilizations were primitive, but they built monuments we can't even explain with today's technology. Egyptians, Mayans, Incas, they didn't accomplish all that with simple stone tools. Look at Gothic cathedrals. Those stained glass windows, the towering arches. They weren't just for show. Every detail served a purpose. Geometric shapes, organ vibrations, specific colors in the glass, all designed to heal and elevate consciousness. This wasn't superstition. This was vibrational science our ancestors understood. And yet, this knowledge was erased from history. Knowledge is power. Those who control the past control the future. Those who control knowledge control the narrative, and with it our reality, our beliefs, even our limitations. They decide what truths are taught, what history is remembered, and what secrets are buried. Entire eras, advanced technologies, and wisdom that could free us are hidden behind layers of carefully crafted stories. They've built a version of reality designed to keep us comfortable, compliant, unaware of our true potential. But what if we challenge that narrative? What if we question the truths we've been fed? Because real freedom lies not just in what we know, but in uncovering what they don't want us to know.
My people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge.
This is the TR-3B Black Manta, a top-secret triangle-shaped spy plane with anti-gravity capabilities developed from captured Nazi research, capable of high turns and undetectable on radar, and potentially using extraterrestrial technology. It uses highly pressurized mercury, accelerated by nuclear energy, to produce plasma that creates an anti-gravity field around the ship. Conventional thrusters located at the tips of the craft allow it to perform all manner of rapid, high-speed maneuvers along all three axes. Interestingly, the plasma generated also reduces radar signature significantly, so it'll be almost invisible on radar and remain undetected. This literally means that it can go to any country it likes without being detected by air traffic control and air defense systems. The U.S. has been researching anti-gravity technology for 70 years, with numerous studies conducted by respected agencies, and it is of great interest to the military and scientists due to its potential to reduce aircraft mass using electromagnetic propulsion. This is the TR-3B Black Manta.
Respected agencies. The next time you see a UFO, it's a strong possibility that there's a human inside of it, if you ask me.
In this video, we have someone who lives in Allentown, Pennsylvania. When they noticed something strange was going on with the sky, they grabbed their phone and recorded this. Let's watch.
Are you recording this? What's going on? All the lights, the traffic light is out too. Oh my God. Yo! What is going on?
Descubre la verdadera eficiencia con Asana. Automatiza el trabajo para que tu equipo no pierda el tiempo dando seguimiento. Detecta las trabas y lleva al día el trabajo, los proyectos y los objetivos. Aumenta la eficiencia de tu equipo. Pruébala gratis en asana.com. Scaryyy HCF Triple Serum.
Lancôme ha conseguido que lo imposible sea posible. Fíjate, aquí tengo menos arrugas, la piel más luminosa. Mis amigas han visto el cambio en mi piel y me han preguntado, ¿me lo recomendarías? Los resultados me han convencido a cambiar.
Scaryyy HCF Triple Serum. Lancôme.
Whoa! What?
For the traffic lights to go off during that phenomenon makes me think it was some type of EMP discharge.
So again, Palmer Cathedral, an unbelievable structure that was supposedly built in the year 1229. Now just to give that some context, the first steam engine wasn't invented until the late 1600s. So I'm supposed to believe that this was built in a time when hand and chisel was the tool of use. And there wasn't even a way of getting all the material here other than horse and cart. You've got to be joking. Look at the size of it. So yeah, Palmer Cathedral. An absolute, it stands out like a sore thumb compared to most of the buildings around here. But straight away, a few things that I recognise. You can see the horseshoe shape everywhere, all over the building, where the windows would have been at the top of the spires, etc. Looks like there's some scaffolding going on, so maybe some restoration work. I doubt very much it will be to the quality of the original build. So yeah, once again, just blown away at the thought that people think this was built in the year 1229, which is about 400 years before the first steam engine was even invented, let alone a power tool. So apparently all this was done with hand and chisel. Just so you know what you're looking at here, in case you are unaware, you see the designs in these windows and the smaller circles, etc. We see them in lots of buildings. These aren't by accident. This is something called cymatics, which is frequency, for example. So again, Palmer Cathedral.
If you look at the top of this cathedral, it looks just like the cathedral in Barcelona. So I don't know how far away these two are.
For 3,000 years, Romans have been getting their water just like this, by gravity from an aqueduct 100 kilometers away. And the water's fresher and better than ever today. And you can drink out of it. Gracias.
Lucky were they? They got to see a launch right from a plane view. That is nuts.
Bro, this is crazy. That's the way to get in there. Alright, bro, we about to talk about it. We're about to talk about it, bro. I want to get to one part. Look at that. Look at that. Let's talk about it. First of all, my name is French Dose, man. I do this for educational and entertaining purposes only. And this is the proof right here to where you know that aliens are in the ocean. There's portals in the ocean. There's lost lands, right, and cities that are in the ocean because the portals that are down there deep in the ocean, bro. Let's take another look. Look at that, bro. How did that get there? How did that get there, man? Let's take another look. Bro, that looks like a hallway somewhere. The aliens that can breathe underwater, right, or wherever they come from, or however this works, they was living out here. They was living out here. Bro, this is crazy.
Another theory is that a flood happened, and those can be ancient sites.
Aspanda, what time is it?
Sir, 1:30.
How you know?
This is it 6, half an hour, so 7:30. Big spoke for 3 hours, so small spoke half an hour. Site is 60 dot, easy ball 3 minutes. Flight calling 1:30 club.
But it looks like those wheels could move at one time, and they just got petrified. All right, this next one says, debris spotted over the Dominican Republic as SpaceX Starship has some issues during a test flight.
This has got to be one of the most unique rings that I've reacted to on my channel to date. You got the rough diamond and the rough emerald as the main stones, but inside the ring, you have smaller, faceted diamonds and emeralds. Whoever created this, hats off to them.
How much do you think that diamond and emerald ring is worth?
Every once in a while, metal detectorists in the UK strike gold, literally. And this is one of those once-in-a-lifetime finds. A 16th century gold ring from the Elizabethan period, unearthed in Essex. Look closely at the centre. There's a delicately carved white chalcedony gemstone, shaped like a face. But it's not just any face. It's Eros, or Cupid, the god of love. Every once in a while...
Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
Have you ever seen a headstone marker boulder from the Anunnaki Nephilim giants with all kinds of drill holes to represent faces and figures? And this has 3 star drill holes. There might be another one. I think it's only 3. That's the one for the mouth, and they also cut out below it to make a mouth area. You know how hard it is to drill a hole like that? You have to have advanced technology to drill a star hole. There's another one up top right. There's another one here that was busted off for the other eye. Okay, and you can see how it goes in there. It's not round inside. It's like they had 5 drill bits that go in to pull out a core. And that's not like some sort of, modern day drilling, okay? So if anyone can help out save this boulder and some other ones that I found that are just mind-blowing, please email me below, and we can save these boulders and bring them to a site where they can be protected and, for the future of our generations and know what was here before. And you can see this article, they're very rare. Please comment and share and like, and let me know what you think below in the comments.
Star hole? That's fascinating. It's almost like he has proof of ancient technology.
Just imagine that you have a gun firing their pellets at a screen that has 2 slits, 2 openings, so double slits. And your intuition tells you that those pellets that get through the left opening will land in a band aligned with it on the left, and those that get through the right will land in a band aligned with it on the right.
That makes sense.
And that's what happens.
With bullets.
Good, with bullets.
Okay.
Let's now run that experiment with one change. We're simply going to dial down the size of the bullets, making them smaller, small little particles like electrons. When you fire the electrons at the barrier with the 2 slits, you don't just get 2 bands. You get more bands. And that simple change, going from our expectation of 2 bands to, in this case, presents the single greatest upheaval in our understanding of reality that the species has ever encountered. Just imagine that you have a...
It gets deep on quantum mechanics. When you go into string theory, it shows our universe is operating in certain laws that can't be explained.
Attempting to catch the booster at the tower. This would be the 2nd tower catch.
Booster landing burn. CN-13 engine.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Booster coming in. Get ready for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engine.
Booster ready for shot. Coming in.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Booster coming in. Get ready for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engine.
Booster ready for shutdown.
Negative, I've caught the booster.
It almost looks like it was done in reverse.
Holy crap. I've never seen that before. What? Massive meteor shower in front of us for 121 Tower Blue. Holy crap. I've never seen that before.
Something happened to a starship?
Paints a very different picture. So that's San Francisco, 1901, 48,000 different lights in San Francisco, all using natural gas. And this is what San Francisco used to look like before the Great Fires and the earthquake that took place. Now, this building is still standing, but all of the other parts are all gone. But this is just absolutely mind-blowing. And this is why I wanted to get pictures in color, because does that look temporary at all? That is an electric fountain. That's how that water runs.
cameraman. Today I will...
The SpaceX Starship had an accident over the Bahamas. Let's see it.
Mom. Yeah. Why is it coming through the Earth? Mom, why is it coming through the Earth?
It's being sent to space.
Whoa! What the fuck?
What is that?
What just happened?
That is so cool. I caught that on camera.
That's insane.
What was that? What was that, Mom? Mom.
Yeah.
It almost looked like it hit something. What was that?
Stars?
What
are those?
Look up, everybody! Look up! Look up!
So, is this the debris from what happened earlier? Or are these just Autobots and Decepticons?
Texas, Elon Musk's SpaceX losing contact with its massive multi-billion-dollar Starship on its unmanned 7th test launch. Tom Costello joins us now with more. Tom, what have you learned?
It happened at about 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Lester, and Starship was off the pad very quickly. Everything looked like it was going just great, and a few minutes after liftoff, in fact, the booster rocket came back down to the pad just as SpaceX has planned and demonstrated that they can do in that incredible move. However, at about the same time, Starship, the spaceship, apparently disappeared. SpaceX says that they lost telemetry. We have video from the Turks and Caicos Islands of what may be Starship breaking up over the islands. So now SpaceX says that they will try to understand the root cause of what happened as it apparently disassembled, in the words of SpaceX, broke apart over the islands there. This is a rocket they want to use someday to go to the moon and maybe even Mars, Lester.
Pretty dramatic pictures there. Tom, thank you. Breaking.
If it is debris, who's going to clean it up? Where would it even land? If you're enjoying these videos, please consider leaving a like and subscribe because we do these every single day, and I'd love to see you tomorrow.
Holy shit!
It's almost like they're conditioning us to get used to seeing anomalies up in the sky. This is still spectacular, and I'm just like, wow, what is this? But at the same time, it's like, this is just the beginning. UAP, orbs, UFOs. We still need questions answered about the drones in New Jersey. Now we got this popping up.
It failed, but at least it was entertaining. That's what Elon Musk said after his SpaceX Starship exploded over the Atlantic Ocean shortly after liftoff in Texas. The blast sent glowing debris flying through the sky, which ended up causing flight delays. It failed, but at least it was entertaining. That's what Elon Musk...
This had to be the most expensive firework ever done.
Am I the only person who's not really buying this story? Well, let me show you why. So let's start off with the fact that it was ship 33 that had the issue, apparently. Out of all ships, ship 33. In every single angle of the video we have, we see it going with the horizon and not going up and down vertically. All the vertical tapes were people holding their camera the opposite way, like you can see right here. But what if I told you we've been seeing this exact type situation every month for a few months now? Like, for instance, this was the one that happened about 1 month ago, and they deemed it not a meteor shower, and it happened when all the crazy stuff was happening in the northeast United States, if you get what I'm talking about. Further, do you remember this type of stuff always?
At 9:45, we stop it. Now I'm going to get right in the way. This appears through the clouds. Watch what happens, because it moves pretty quick. I'll get out of the way. Comes at us and goes over. What do you think that was?
What is it? There's another one, it looks like.
Well, that's a planet.
Oh.
So you don't got to worry about that. That just keeps going down. At 9.
Whatever that UAP or orb was, it had some high maneuvering capabilities. If you're enjoying these videos, please consider leaving a like and subscribe, because we do these every single day, and I'd love to see you tomorrow.
Holy shit.
It's almost like they're conditioning us to get used to seeing anomalies up in the sky. This is still spectacular, and I'm just like, wow, what is this? But at the same time, it's like, this is just the beginning. UAP, orbs, UFOs. We still need questions answered about the drones in New Jersey. Now we got this popping up.
It failed, but at least it was entertaining. That's what Elon Musk said after his SpaceX Starship exploded over the Atlantic Ocean shortly after liftoff in Texas. The blast sent glowing debris flying through the sky, which ended up causing flight delays. It failed, but at least it was entertaining. That's what Elon Musk.
This had to be the most expensive firework ever done.
Am I the only person who's not really buying this story? Well, let me show you why. So let's start with the fact that it was ship 33 that had the issue, apparently. Out of all ships, ship 33. In every single angle of the video we have, we see it going with the horizon and not going up and down vertically. All the vertical tapes were people holding their camera the opposite way, like you can see right here. But what if I told you we've been seeing this exact type situation every month for a few months now? Like, for instance, this was the one that happened about 1 month ago, and they deemed it not a meteor shower, and it happened when all the crazy stuff was happening in the northeast United States, if you get what I'm talking about. Further, do you remember this type of stuff always popping up in the sky? Well, after Starlink came out, they claimed that every single one of these was just Starlink, even though it started happening way before Starlink. All over the place. Then we had people coming out saying, oh, there's whole fleets of interdimensional creatures on the way to Earth. So, I mean, is this really ship 33 going straight with horizon? Oh, it's so fast and gravity will stay up. I doubt it. Plus, keeping the same color the entire time without dimming out. And by the way, did you know that spiritual things make humans act funny? At the same exact time, a few cars drove off the bridge. A few cars off the bridge in Washington, D.C. Again, same time. Not to mention having a full moon 4 days in a row. Look at this from the launch. Do you think that this would make it into space? It's layered up with aluminum foil. Am I the only person who's not really buying this story?
Shout out to Real Moon Henry. Having a full moon for 4 days is extremely wild. Did you guys notice that as well?
I want you to think about this. Something with the capabilities of traveling light years, not showing a heat signature, and the energy capabilities of that. That would put the Pentagon out of business. We wouldn't be fighting these worthless wars overseas over oil, and American boys and girls wouldn't be dying. It would put the war pigs out of business, and they'd have to go somewhere else, and I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I think what's going to happen now, the floodgates, other people are going to say, you know, I've got some information. I'd like to come swear in. I've seen enough, and I would hope that you all would get that opportunity to see what we've seen.
How awesome would it be for them to come clean about all UFOs?
Flooded entrance gateway at the first pylon of the Temple of Isis, Philae, Egypt, 1900s.
How amazing would it be to be one of those explorers rowing in to the Temple of Isis? I wonder if it's still there.
Today, we are going into a strange temple in India. There seems to be a weird energy in this temple, and as we go towards the center of the structure, the energy. Today, we are going into a strange temple in India. There seems to be a weird energy in this temple, and as we go towards the center of the structure, the energy seems to increase. But you can see the base here. There's a lot of tiny cylindrical stone statues. This is very odd. I've not seen this type of architecture. But let's see what happens. Yeah, this one rotates. This is unbelievable. Why is the saint who is in deep meditation designed to rotate?
If all those different things that spun was actually like some type of combination lock, and if you got it correct, something opens up.
The Aventine keyhole is a keyhole at the Villa del Priorato di Malta in Rome, which was granted extraterritorial status by Italy in 1869. When you peek through the keyhole, you actually have 3 countries in your line of sight: Malta, Italy, and the Vatican City.
A backdrop for your keyhole looking at 3 different countries is insane. What on earth was that? It looked like some type of teapot.
When we look at the sarcophagus, what we find is that these are not made of the red granite that we see in Aswan, because the granite is made of 3 primary minerals: quartz, feldspar, and mica. In the case of Aswan granite, we have rose quartz, and we have a pink feldspar. This is not the case. When in Saqqara, what we find is something called black granite. And this is fascinating to me because it is a lower quartz, only about 20% quartz, rather than the 84% that we find in Aswan. Lower quartz granite, high percentage of biotite mica. Geologically, what does this tell us? The mica